Once your messages have been generated by Twain, you can actually change a lot of the message itself. So you can change the tone of the message, the length. You can also change the framework or add your own framework. And you can also change the persona and the instructions, that trigger reason for reaching out. I'm going to walk through each of those changes in this video. So the first thing that you can do is once you've got your outputted message is you can change the length. Simply make it longer or shorter. In this example, I'm pretty happy with this message, but let's just make it really long, or the longest it can be made. Typically, the best practices for cold email copy is to keep it as short as possible. Anywhere under 100 words is ideal because you want the reading time to be as quick as possible. So this is a longer version of the message, but I can make it shorter again. And let's see what the extreme end of this, of the shortest, which is 42 words. Hey Tiago, many agencies rely on basic sales methods which might not fully support outbound prospecting. This often leads to missed opportunities in closing deals. I'd like to offer analysis of Rev Media's outbound strategy. Shall I send it over? So as you can see, super short. Let's just make the length the medium amount, which should be around 60 words. Yep, 63. And here I'm going to change the tone. So I've got informal, creative, direct, or bold. I actually quite like the direct, but obviously you want to make sure that the tone matches your tone, your personality, and the company's personality that you're reaching out on behalf. So now you can see that the message structure has stayed the same because the framework is the same, but founders often rely on basic sales tools which can lead to missed opportunities in closing deals and growing revenue. A common obstacle is the lack of tailored strategies for efficient outbound prospecting. I'd like to offer a complimentary analysis of Rev Media's current outbound strategy to highlight areas for improvement. Would you like me to send over this analysis? So as you can see here, the tone is slightly more direct, and I can add my own tone or a new tone here where I have 4 different options. I can change the formality to be startup to enterprise. So I'm going to go down a little bit in formality. So mark test. The firmness, I'm going to make it more humble. Creative, I'm going to go almost to the end, so imaginative. Use of emojis, I don't really use emojis in my own messaging, but for this example, I'll add one in. So I'm going to save the tone now that I've given it a name, and it's going to automatically apply that tone to this message. So here we can read, founders often rely on basic sales methods that don't fully address outbound prospecting, leading to missed revenue opportunities. Without specialized strategies, closing deals can become a real challenge for agencies. Pretty good statement there. I'd love to provide a complimentary analysis of Rev Media's outbound prospecting strategy to highlight areas of improvement. Interested in seeing what we could uncover. Like that call to action, actually, it's pretty decent. And then there's an emoji there. Now I might think that actually I don't like this emoji, so I can just go and edit this and remove the emojis down, update the tone, and then that will update the message here as well. Okay, so we've changed the length and the tone. Now I want to explore the different frameworks. Twain comes with a number of different frameworks such as relevance, observation. So this is a structured observation with a direct call to action. The pain point, event, inbound, or offer. But I can create my own. So I'm going to change mine to problem, problem proof CTA. And all you need to do here is actually put in an example message and Twain will work out its exact structure. So I've got one that I prepared earlier. Let me just copy this. I'm going to paste it in here. So here this one follows a question about a problem, some social proof, and a call to action. So if I just import the structure, Twain is going to very quickly analyze the actual framework of this message. So it starts with a greeting, it then has a question about concerns, it then provides social proof, then has a call to action, and then a signature too. So let me just click Save Framework, and then Update, and this is going to use the framework that I just gave it, and then apply that to the first message here. Now I can reuse that framework again if I want to, and so here we can see, hey Tiago, or hi Tiago, how are you getting clients to engage with Rev Media's services? I've noticed that agency sales design has helped businesses significantly increase their client engagement by revamping their sales strategies. Does that sound helpful for you? So here I probably want to adjust the framework a little bit, especially not including the signature. So let me just edit this. Update. save. And I just need to update the sequence and it will add it back in here now. So whenever you are adding in a new framework, it's going to require a few different tweaks and changes to make sure that you are getting it right. But once it gets it right for one or two prospects, it's going to then replicate that across all of the other messages in your sequence as well. So the last couple of things that we can change or decide to change in our campaign is the founder, is the persona that we want to reach out to, and also the trigger. So I just need to come up to the trigger section here, and what I can do is just replace it. So the first example was offering a complementary analysis, but let's just say I've decided or we've announced that we're launching a webinar to talk about outbound prospecting for agencies. So hosting a webinar for for agencies about effective. So all I need to do here is just, this is important, just click outside of the trigger little modal or the box there. And now it will tell you that the sequence is outdated. So I just need to click update. And this will automatically update all of the emails within the sequence for every lead. So all 25 leads here. And it will add this into the sequence copy. So you can see here that it is pulling through is hosting a webinar, but because I've changed the trigger for reaching out quite drastically since the initial sequence was created, I'm going to have to spend a bit more time now making sure that I use the right framework and also the right tone here. So let's just go back and you can see how easy it is. The use case is a introduction, sorry. So intro, I want to make sure that this is email, and the framework I want to use is event. Hold on, is it event? Time sensitive trigger with clear call to action. Yeah, I believe so. Let me just update that. And there we go. It's automatically changed it for me. I'm going to use creative as the tone. Founders are off. Yep. So it also talks about the problem. My guess, would you be interested? So this is perfect. Now I'd obviously, because I've changed that trigger, just want to double check the 3 messages in the sequence. And then once I'm happy with that, I can click update all, and it will create the copy for each of the leads within this campaign. Now, another thing you can do is actually change the persona, but I don't really see too many use cases of you needing to change the persona on a campaign by campaign basis. What you might want to do is create a new campaign for a different persona. Nonetheless, you can just come in here and click through your different personas that you have. And this is why it might be quite important to think about how you want to name your personas when you are creating lots of different ones, because you can imagine that there will be quite a lot here eventually. So think about your naming conventions when it comes to giving the different personas a name.